Good day, everyone. I am the Teflon Man. The question today is, does the son bear any responsibility for the sins of the father? Well, I'm not the most pious individual, nor am I the most religious. The thing is, I do understand that children are born without, or at least they should be born without any kind of sin to their name. Because who is able to blame a child for things that happen before they are born? The child might have impacted the life of another, maybe made it better or worse. I guess that could be understood. But the thing is, the child has done nothing wrong themselves. So this is why I bring this up, especially in this time of abominable actions being performed on the streets of Los Angeles, Minneapolis, all throughout the nation of America. Does a son bear any responsibility for the sins of the father? Well, Ezekiel 18 makes it clear that God holds each and every individual responsible for his or her own actions. Verses 1 through 4 say, "The words of the Lord came to me. What do you people mean by quoting this proverb about the land of Israel? The parents eat sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, you will no longer quote this proverb in Israel, for everything belongs to me, the parent as well as the child, both alike belong to me. The one who sins is the one who will die." At the same time, Exodus 20:5-6 says, "For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents, to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments." So do children bear responsibility for the parents' sin? Yes and no. God judges the heart of each individual. In both the Old and New Testaments, we see God interact with people based on their own faith. In Genesis, we see God treat Cain differently from Abel, based on their different actions. Ezekiel 18:30 says, "Therefore, you Israelites, I will judge each of you according to your own ways." John 3:16 says, "Whoever believes in Jesus shall not perish, but have eternal life." Emphasis added. Verse 18 says, "Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of God's one and only Son." Clearly, salvation is offered to all, regardless of the actions of one's parents. And this is why I think it's important. Again, I'm not the most pious person, by no means. But if you have done nothing wrong, and you try and live the best life, be as, I would say, benevolent as possible, well, we all do things wrong. It's without a doubt that people make mistakes. But what your father or your mother or your ancestors have done should not be worn as a label to you in either a good or a bad way, unless you are continuing what they have done. It shouldn't carry with you. And the riots that are moving around America, if not the entire globe, are in a sense just that. People are using the sins of the past and punishing the people of the present for the inequities that they may or may not deserve. This is not fair. This is not fair to anyone. How is this, the current generation's fault for, several hundreds, if not thousands of years of disparities between all men, women, children alike? I am not without sin. I simply try and live the best life, as I think most people do. And it's not within any one person to change the world. This is something that we need to do as groups. So, to answer simply, if the child does not want to carry the sins of the parents, they don't. And you cannot label them as such, for you are not God. You are not the arbiter of truth or lies. You are not the arbiter of fate. And you have no control over what that other person does. And only by trying to instigate all of these, terrible atrocities will you incite more violence upon one another, creating yet more problems and sin. It stands true that we can rise above our violent nature, but we have to look within ourselves before we condemn the other. Thank you very much. I am the Teflon Man, trying to brighten your day. Take care.